Good evening, everyone. Morning, evening, whatever time it is. Time is an illusion made up by the shadow.
Very much morning.
And hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Owlbear's Roost. Nothing too special. Pez will join us when she's able. We're just gonna get right into it. See, last we left off, Baroness Roma had sent her undead to engage with the party members. And as they fought through legion after legion, they started to notice something interesting. None of these undead tried to bite them. Not like before. It was a weird turn of events, to say the least. But, nevertheless, the group now has to determine what comes next. And whilst most certainly cleanup is in order, the next steps are just as important. And I will bring you all there we go. All right. You are all able to do as you wish. Floor.
Okay, we were still in the middle of combat.
No, you guys.
We cleaned up the rest.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys. After the Frank was killed, it was sort of.
Yeah.
Not necessary anymore. Floor looks
okay.
normal. Althea, could you help me start piling them up? I can start disintegrating them so we don't have any issues. If the rest of you want to check on the others and plan our next moves, myself and Althea can do this.
Did Fess not take any damage?
Fess got healed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I figured
You
Helen would probably run over to the other side to see where everyone else is. Well, everyone okay over here? And probably look at Frank a lot. Since how tall is Frank, by the way? Or was Frank?
At least 10 feet. He's a big guy.
Okay.
Casting Cure Wounds. Okay, who you cast? Go ahead and roll. You can roll. What level are you casting it at?
I am, I guess. Oh, I still have a second level, but we're probably not going to rest just yet. And I only have one first level left, too.
That's up to you.
How
long is a short rest again?
An hour.
I'm going to cast it at first level.
Okay. You can roll out.
Okay.
I think you got to click the dice. Or like in your main sheet.
I'm sorry.
On your character sheet, on the first
Yes.
page.
Yes.
Oh, it's not listed there. That's annoying. Why is it not there?
Yeah,
Okay.
like in combat, it's not there.
It should, but for some reason it. Oh no, it is. It is. It's. Oh wait, maybe not. So if I click this, yeah. Just click on it here, under spells, and then I think it'll roll. It'll ask you if you
That's
want to
what
roll it at first level.
Oh. Wait. I have more spells now. Anyway.
Yeah, you're on a different screen for some reason. I don't know what screen that was.
So, who needs healing?
I'm okay.
Althea kind of sheepishly puts her hands up. Yeah, you're just gonna have to roll 1d8
I'm just
and then
gonna
add.
roll it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll remind me to fix that later.
Okay.
Althea kind of sheepishly walks over to you, Fulchin. And then your spellcasting modifier. What is your spellcasting modifier, Fess? To the top of your spell sheet. 4.
4. Yeah.
7.
So quick 7 for Fess.
For Floor. Unless you're healing yourself.
Floor, yeah.
Okay.
Fortune looks over Ephlia. Goes, you look like you certainly took a beating.
She sheepishly nods. I'm fine. Yeah, well, fine.
I think I'd prefer you good rather than fine. I'm going to run into exactly the same problem that Fess has just encountered, but I'm going to try something.
I don't know why it's not working. We might have
certainly did not do that.
It's fine. Just roll 2d8. Or wait.
Well,
wait. Why is it
it's not going to
2d?
be.
Wait a second. Why is
it abjuration?
Yeah. Why is yours abjuration and why is yours 2d8?
Did I? Huh?
No, it's level 1 abjuration. What?
So this cure wounds. I had a character meta.
Oh right. Yes.
This is from my celestial patron.
Yes. I realized that afterwards. So yeah, I think you do get a bonus to healing magic.
But I still want to raise it to.
Just roll 3. Or well, I guess it's probably. Does it say what it is for a higher level?
Not here.
Let me pull it up. Gosh, why did it's because they keep changing like the
higher levels.
The UI
increases by 1d8 for each slot above first. So it would be 48 plus 5. I want to see where.
Just say you have. It's an additional 2d8 per slot above first level. Did they
Why is it
change
2d8?
Cure Wounds in... They must have. They make Cure Wounds stronger?
They did make Cure Wounds stronger.
So yeah, Vanny, go ahead and roll another D8. What the fuck?
They really?
Okay.
What?
Yeah. And it's
I would just-
Aberration.
I could understand Healing Word, but like... Cure Wounds?
Ah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, Player's Handbook 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Aberration.
looking at it right now, too.
2d8 plus 2d8 per spell slot level. Okay.
Amazing.
I mean, I guess it scales better.
So that means I can zap a Flea for 60.
Wow.
That's heal.
So it slash
The spell.
R does it, right? Or do I have to do
slash
both?
R.
Slash R 6d8 plus 5 33.
Absurd. Absurd.
Which would be
I'm just
Yeah.
clicking this to see if this...
get you to full. Would get a Flea to full.
Ignore that. I'm just trying to... Why is it adding plus... Your wisdom is... Is your wisdom only +1, Vanny? Oh, so it is. Yeah. Why is it saying your
Yeah.
spellcast ability is +4? What the fuck?
Doesn't it... Maybe... Is it adding proficiency bonus?
Oh, it's probably something to do with my swarm keeper.
No, I don't know why it's adding... It's saying +4. God, this new thing is just confusing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't... Weird. Okay, whatever.
Games.
Yeah,
They buff Healing Word, too. What?
they've broken this. So what's gonna have to happen is you guys are gonna have to re-drag all of your spells onto your sheet. And
Okay.
get rid of the old ones. I've updated yours already, Vance, but
Oh, cool.
It's a good thing my character's new enough for me to have done that in the first place.
yeah.
You
Well, I mean, they
don't have
keep
to remember
changing.
how to do it. You already know.
16. Is that right? 16? No, sorry, 33. It's a little overpowered, but easy. Althea's arm sort of like, she kind of shakes a little bit. Jingles, I'm sure that's fine. Alright.
Do I need to worry about
I'm sure it's fine.
anything?
Oh,
Moth-
that's half of heal as a level 3 spell. What the heck?
This is the gang is helping carry bodies over.
Yeah, I would be
Fessel
helping
help
too.
with that.
Good to see all of you fared well. Zara, do you need any assistance?
Nah, I'm fine. I was.
Fortune just kind of looks for a minute and then goes, okay.
I'm gonna head down the hill and check on. Make sure they don't need help down there. If anyone wishes to join, Cersei and Lavetta kind of prick up and they're gonna go help Zara.
Right.
So, are random zombie incursions a normal thing here?
I'm going to go with no.
I was hoping not, but
I mean, we have encountered something like this before, but They were more bitey.
Bitey.
Yeah, they were trying to bite us.
Okay. I mean, you have a... That's a pretty big zombie, too. Of course, nobody's here that would have in character heard the speech that was given.
Right?
Because, well, Vanny, you weren't here last week.
Althea
And
will be here
me and
soon.
Fortune were north. Okay, perfect. So is like, where do they come from? Like, where did you fight them before? Was it? I mean, we haven't have we? Would we have had any interactions with zombies in where I'm from? I'm blanking on the name.
Yeah, you probably would have. I mean, like not often, but yeah, you would know about the undead that have been coming from the city.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, but not in these numbers.
Probably not. No.
No. Okay. Well, kind of looking at the pile of bodies. I'm glad it didn't go any worse. It's a lot of zombies.
Would it be alright if I sit down somewhere for a little?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. If I'm gonna figured I would walk up to my son Whisper Toad and ask how they were doing. You both all right? Tree doing okay? No.
Whisper speaks up. Oh yeah, it's been fine, and that Mothman is just strong. The tree is safe thanks to him and Cersei and Lavetta, Jade, all of them. So,
Excellent.
it's doing well. The tree. It
Always good. Do you need help burning the zombies, or do you think you have it handled?
I believe Floors seems to be handling a lot of that right now. I don't have a lot of sort of pure light that I can.
Perfect.
Lavetta seems
Yeah.
to have been able to a little bit, but yeah.
Pure light.
Well, it seems the light of the moon is sufficient to harm their flesh.
I mean, Fortune, didn't you like vaporize one? Didn't she do something similar?
I mean, I was throwing... I had sacred flames.
That might be it then. Well, I guess take your rest. We'll figure out what's going on and then see what we do next.
It's perhaps a little ironic you said moonlight, for I do have a daylight spell.
Oh. Yeah, that would...
Perhaps. I'm not quite sure if it just needs to be divine in nature or not.
But I need a little bit of a rest right now.
Of course. I'll help Flo and Elfia handle this. The rest of you, get inside, make sure everything's okay, and mhm.
Us being a little bit of a worrywart is gonna wait by Floor's side until they're done.
Yeah, I would go with Fortune and just like kind of chill, half still ready for anything.
I don't intend on going inside anywhere. If we have some
okay.
furniture on the patio, perhaps.
Doesn't seem to be furniture, but there is the treehouse just to your southeast.
Good little party in the treehouse.
Mothman.
Mothman's treehouse?
This is Mothman's treehouse.
Yeah, they built it for him.
It's gotta be pretty big. That's awesome.
Oh, whoops. Ignore that. Oh, you can't see it anyways. We're good.
Bess wanted to make Mothman a nest.
Yeah, this is
Mothman want a nest.
Well, Mothman needs somewhere to live.
Right.
There's this whole mansion.
Mothman is a little shy.
That's fair.
Needs his own private space to be alone.
At least up in the treehouse we can keep watch.
Yeah. Look at the forest. What is the area surrounding this? I don't know if I've...
So you guys are you're kind of in like the farm fields of Belosia.
Okay.
Where you're on top of a hill right now that is a vineyard. So this hill itself is covered in old trellises wrapped by dead vines. And then you can see sort of the rolling farm hills kind of all around you. To the west is Belosia. So you can I think it's about a mile out if I remember my math correctly. It's you can see the wall essentially of Belosia, and then you would be able to see the forest kind of outwards. Okay. I can actually show you 1 second.
Yeah, I'd be looking towards Belosia, the city.
Give you an
okay.
idea. Yeah. So where that circle is kind of where you guys are at. Not the red one. Well, not where the red one is, but so that gives you an idea.
So we're not that far outside the city.
No, it's like
Excellent.
less than half of a day to get in to the city. It's still time because it's downhill and but yeah. Okay, let's see here. All right, you guys taking a short rest? You can work on a short rest if that's what you're doing.
Yes, I was aiming for a short rest.
Yeah, I could tell.
Listen, it's good to take a little break after.
You're a warlock, of course you want your short rest. I mean, you're a cleric.
Oh, there's a short rest button, huh?
Yeah, but it might not work necessarily because you gotta make sure everything's set up for it
Wow.
on your sheet.
there we go. I also would recover a rage. Yes, I did that. Excellent.
All right. And at the end of your sort of rest, as all the bodies are being burned, there's something interesting. Frank's body is taking a little bit longer to burn.
Do we see any of the lightning kind of stuff?
It's dying down a little bit. Oh, yeah. So you weren't here, Vanny.
Right.
This is a creature that seems to have been stitched together from skinned remains of various human and humanoid creatures. Stitched together, and there's lightning going through it. It's very, what is the word? Starts with an F. I can't think of. Anyways, his name's Frank.
Did we already check for loot?
You burned everything already. That would have been smart.
Y'all always loot first.
Well, I'm sorry, what would have been smart?
To loot the bodies before we burned them?
They're zombies. I didn't expect them to have much, I'll be honest.
I mean, they probably had whatever they died with.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. So there doesn't seem to be an item keeping him from burning. It's just taking longer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fleur goes, oh, I could just set him on fire.
That actual fire instead of magic fire?
Well, instead of moonlight.
I mean, it's worth a try, I guess.
Yeah, and you see the body's kind of twitching a little bit. And the lightning sort of flickering in his eyes. Mothman walks up, looks at him. The little red dims a little bit in Mothman's eyes. And he steps back.
Mothman, this wasn't one of the people you knew from the center, was it?
Mothman gently shakes his head.
Okay.
Floor gets ready to light it and fire. Okay. And lets out a couple sorceress bursts, and sure enough, the fire does start to... It smells horrible. Because it is just multiple bodies, but yeah. And the lightning that's sort of jolting around a little bit just slowly diminishes.
What? Cleanup's always the worst part.
Yeah. It is.
I look at Fess and it would be. So, zombies from the city. Is
Uh-huh.
there anything you know about, like, who sent them? Did I meet the vampire they have in their basement? Oh yes,
You
I
would've-
did.
Yeah.
Does it have to do with the vampire that's in your basement?
You wouldn't. Did we decide if you knew what a vampire was? I can't remember.
I
'Cause it-
think
Because it wouldn't have been well known.
I know that Fess doesn't know what.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so I
We
can't
decided
remember
that
if
Fess doesn't know them by that name, basically.
I can't remember either crit succeeded or crit failed
I
on
think
knowing what a
you
vampire is. And I can't remember which
would've-
one it was.
Briefly heard.
I can say instead say is like, is this about the person you're holding in your basement?
Yeah, so the person we have in our basement is like connected to another lady, and she
Althea pricks up. A very hot lady, mind you.
Yes, Althea, a very hot lady. um she fancies herself like the owner of this city now.
Mm.
And she, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she can control the undead there, except for the unchained.
Unchained?
They are undead that have freed themselves from her control, and they have their sentience back.
Oh.
Yes. And they are our allies for tackling this problem in the city.
Yeah. Okay, so excellent. So I guess finish cleaning up, making sure everyone's okay, and then get some sleep.
About this time, you see Cersei, Zara, and Lavetta coming back up the hill, and they have a seem to have someone by their side. This is one of the lichens of the if I can find my, where the fuck are my lichen tokens? Can I bring and do that? There we go, that'll work. Lavetta kind of looks up at you. We have a slight problem.
Oh.
Zara goes, don't be coy about it. That's a significant problem. We lost two people down there. Jacques, one of the workshop members, and Emmanuel, the commander of our defense force.
Oh no.
In addition, there was a horse that passed, and Claude here. She and Claude kind of holds up her arm. Was bitten.
Oh. What do we do about that?
Lovetta goes, we got a bunch of cures from the Silver Sword. They had one that was able to cure the early stages of lycanthropy, but there was another one that they had that I thought perhaps was related to this. The mushrooms, perhaps, and maybe the layout dust, but it's not enough.
Would I know Claude?
I mean, maybe.
I'm uncertain.
You could
Probably not then.
Yeah, I mean, they would have been from Lupine, but whether or not you know them or not.
Probably seen them around, and that's just about
Yeah.
it. Mhm.
Lovetta goes, tried to speak with some of, I believe, they're gonna bring up, their friends from the exchange. They, were going to go through their notes before coming on up to see if there was anything, relevant that they could assist and, provide.
Is there any significant damage anywhere?
No, not that. I mean, maybe a little, but
All right. Then probably good to see what else we can do for her and get some rest. It's super late, isn't it? Or super early, one of the two.
late. Yeah.
Late.
Well, no, it's the middle of the night. Yeah.
Unless there's anything else we can think to do. No?
Or we just going to leave
Best like
this.
Fess like is musing and kind of looks at, is it the arm? It's probably too late to try cutting the arm off, and
Well, that's a possibility.
How long
can your
might
kind regrow limbs?
No, I don't think so.
You don't have any kind of like healing magic for that?
Oh,
that would be a very powerful spell.
Oh. Okay.
Is there anything else we can do?
rushing up the hill is Mathilde. She's a revenant, so she's very pale. She almost white skin, sort of very taut, lighter hair, and she rushes up. Oh, sorry. Viola is still looking through everything. Perhaps there's a possibility of mushrooms, but we would need salt and probably holy water as well. Possibly, maybe. We also don't even know if their kind can be infected.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
I have an out of character question. Is so we're talking about a lichen here, right?
Lichen, and also an undead just rushed up to you. Someone who looks very dead, and you.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, is the lichen in wolf form?
Oh yeah. So in this world,
They're always okay.
Yeah, they're always in it. And two, you wouldn't really know much about them. Unfortunately, they're sort of a new occurrence, unless you have sort of lore beyond that. I mean, you probably would have ran into them. And actually, now that I think about it, when you were in Sanctuary, but they would have been feral and attacking.
Yeah, so Fortune looks like she is struggling to like keep composure, and I'm going to say she looks like she's about to try and say something a couple times, but stops herself.
Well, does anyone have anything else that we can do? Is there anywhere we can take her, or...
Holy water? Does anyone have any holy water? Moonlight. There's always a possibility that, but I don't know if that counts.
No holy water for me. From me.
No. Do we have a way to make holy water?
Maybe.
Lavetta says, I theoretically could, but it would take time, and I don't know how much time we have.
True.
So, I guess the question is, would amputating help at all, do we think?
Theoretically, if it's early enough. Lavetta says, or not Lavetta, sorry. No, Cersei would pop up and say that. She goes, theoretically, from what we know. Althea sort of pops up. I don't know if this water vial thing I have is holy or not, but I have this in my bag. Oh, wait, no, you're here, Lavetta. There you go.
Hi.
Oh, Pez is here. I didn't realize Pez was here.
Hi, Pez.
It's up to you if you want to share your holy water.
Do I want to share my holy? Yeah, no, I would. I have something in my bag. I don't know if it will work.
Lavetta says, I can try. Alright, make sure you mark that off your sheet.
I'm trying to find it.
What'd you say?
I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, I do have holy water. It's right near the bottom.
Lavetta says, I can
I'm up.
make you more then, if need be. I think. If I remember. She takes that. So, you said salt as well? And Mothman runs inside and comes back and procures some salt.
Oh.
Lavetta goes, how sure are you? And Mathilde sort of kind of lays back and forth on her feet. Not very. But something we tried a long time ago.
I would say go for it.
Okay.
Better than going straight to chopping the whole thing off, yeah?
If it's things we can afford and they don't do harm, then I suppose they're worth a shot.
The issue is this would be what we have of the mushrooms. It's the sporocarps. They. The theory was that they had to have been grown on top of a grave, but who knows at this point?
And we harvest some spores from them before we use
Of
your entire stock?
course, yes.
I think that would be wise.
All right. Give me a nature check.
Ho, 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 ho.
Yeah, you're able to get some spores from that. Go ahead and add that to your thing.
Nice. Mushroom spores.
Matilda goes, it's possible that we might have more, but I can't remember off the top of my head. At the exchange, it may be worth you stopping by there to check.
Yeah.
You can sort of see like where the bite mark is. The sort of flesh that is around there is just like slowly. There's sort of like this weird like back and forth of it, of like it's spreading, but then it kind of stops and comes back. Like there's something fighting it back and forth, and it's almost sort of alive, almost in its nature.
Mm.
The infection on the bite?
Mm-hmm.
If your body is fighting it, do you think we could cut the infection out or burn it out and without removing the entire arm?
Do you not just want us to try the gear thing first? Matilda says.
Yeah.
Sullivan.
Yes.
Okay. She adjusts her cloak a little bit and crumbles up the mushrooms and sprinkles the salt and dashes the holy water, and you watch as like the holy water splashes on it. It like sizzles. You know, like when you put like hydrogen peroxide on a cut?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. And
Bubbling and fizzling.
Lovetta's hands go a little bit with this sort of greenish energy. And vines almost sprout out of her arm and wrap around it. And create like an artificial bandage around the arm. Matilda speaks up. Well, there's a possibility that this worked, but we won't really know until a little while. Claude, I hope you are okay with losing an arm should this not work. Come, I'll take you to your room.
Yeah, we probably want to observe the healing process.
Of course, myself and Emil can stay up all night and keep an eye on that.
Please do.
Um,
Make
best-
sure to check the wound regularly.
Of
We want to
course.
catch it as quickly as possible so that as little of the arm is lost if it doesn't work.
Yes, of course.
Fess is gonna like pat the lichen on the shoulder. for good luck.
Okay. Lavetta will go with them as well. And Ceci.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyone else want to do anything?
I don't think we have anything else to do.
Can I look at the damage to my arm?
Yeah, so whilst you were a little out of it, Fortune cast a nice little spell for you.
Oh shit.
Your arm's tingly.
Tingly in a good way?
Yeah, sure. A good way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it glowed like it helped me last week, like earlier. So it should be fine. Yeah. Yeah. It should be fine. Okay, no, that's fine.
I mean, I presume healing you is better than allowing you to die.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think he's fine. It's fine. Is there any change in what's happened to her arm?
Your arm?
Yeah.
It is definitely more vines for sure. Wrapping around, and it is sore.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Like I can still move my fingers. I can move my fingers, right?
Mm-hmm. It's just numb. It's
Okay.
like a weird tingly feeling.
I can still move my fingers. Yeah, no, that's fine. It's fine.
Narrator. It was not fine.
It was, in fact, as they would find out, not fine.
Not Vine.
Yeah.
Eh?
Not a fine vine.
Schmehead.
It's very viney.
Yes. It's just a fine vine.
It's a fine vine.
Many legs, full body feel. Swirly glass, swirly glass.
Alright, is there anything else you guys would like to do?
Get some rest, I guess.
Alright.
Find 2 barrels of ale.
You've got one, you don't have ale.
That's true, shit. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's understanding.
Bloody asshole better be.
What'd you say?
Bloody asshole better be.
Alright. Well, as you all head to bed for the evening, 22nd, you're finally able to start making some sleep. Fortune, as you're laying in bed, you're kind of thinking about it. It's a talking perfectly fine beast. And then you saw someone who looked like they were definitely dead, but again, had their mind. Not to mention the weird pale, like, a hot boy they have in the basement.
Hot individual. They them pronouns.
Boy, B-O-I.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Fortune is certainly conflicted. She has already seen much in her short time here. And there have been many things that certainly go against the teachings she has known all her life.
Mm-hmm.
She can't say she trusts these beings, creatures. But if they too are working towards stopping the larger problem here in the lands, I suppose it's a larger problem she's doing her best to maintain that we can deal with the friendly undead when we have less unfriendly undead to deal with.
She's definitely having a sort of... There's definitely going to be this sort of conflict of faith that she's...
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, she doesn't really understand the concept of how this is happening. She's heard of... Give me a history roll. Let's see if she's heard of this something.
Where is history? 20.
Yeah, so you're well aware of the city of... It's a city-state of Cometfall. And here they are much more laxed on their necromantic policy. A lot of them will use necromancy for labor. Like, if you go to the farm fields, there's a bunch of undead who are just continuously working. And it's sort of like a accepted part of their society that necromancy's okay in their society. And hell, there's even some judicial punishments that one may be killed and then risen to serve in their sentence. So, like, there is no freedom in some cases. But you would know that they definitely had an issue with the undead getting a little chompy. And they had a spread. They had like a not city state. I'm sorry. They're just a small state. Anyways, it doesn't matter. They had a little bit of a chompy moment, and there was a spread of the bite of the undead, as it's called, to the point that they then made a law that every undead has to have their teeth removed. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of questionable decisions that have been made, to say the least. In this state. But
Oh, I'm sure her family often used
Yeah,
this
they would.
as an example.
Well, and even then, they would have talked about those people didn't have their mind. None of them were intelligent. They didn't have this ability to speak. So your family would have often spoke about it, right? But then there's this difficulty of, yeah, but in that case, they weren't human still. Or, human. They weren't humanoid. They weren't mortal still. I don't know what the good word. I need to find a good word. They weren't living. They weren't intelligent. Sentient? Sentient probably is the best word for that. They just sort of were mindless husks. It's this weird thing. And once again, when you're living in Sanctuary briefly, there you were told the beasts were horrible creatures fed on bloodlust and could never be civilized. And then you hear that there's been this sort of dialogue between Lumbine, the town of Lumbine, and Sanctuary, in which it's said that there were rumors that they were more civilized individuals. So once again, the sort of teachings of all these creatures are evil and are, out to get you. It doesn't seem as black and white as you were taught.
Very much so.
You can give me another history check too.
Boop, boop, boop.
No,
7.
no, you wouldn't know anything about the they them in the basement. Unfortunately, they just seem to be another undead that possibly, at least with how pale they were, but they seemed to still. It was different. But again, they still had their mind. It's interesting because these teachings that you had for so long, right, under what you were taught, was very often what separates beast and the mind. And this idea of purity is to banish sort of the bestial traits of oneself, right? And it could be also interpreted to be along the lines of certain sins are more animalistic. Not necessarily comparing it to animals in that direct light, but that mentality of the civilized versus the uncivilized. And it's different because you've always been told to keep one's soul pure, been told to strive for what the society perceives as good, punish those who break it. But it doesn't feel that easy to just put it that way. These people aren't overtaken by their emotion, which is one of the key tenets that you were always taught, is to calm your emotions, don't let it out, avoid excess. And even though they have succumbed to what you would have to assume something they may even have deserved based on the teachings that you've been taught, the bad things happen to bad people almost, and sort of something that you might have been taught here and there from that God. It just doesn't make sense. Almost as if they can't control what happens to them. And those that are given a second chance, do they deserve the kindness? Do they deserve the chance at redemption? You don't know.
Certainly a conflict.
Well, and how is one supposed to determine that? You've always been taught that there is this chance of purity if you have been infected or your bloodline has been infected by something. You've been taught along that line. But where does that line cross? You thought that with everything you were taught, that there was possibility until there wasn't, until you didn't see that. Prophet status that was so forced down your throat almost. And when that happened, it was clear to you that maybe there is no possibility of redemption. But then now you're back here again, seeing it from a different affliction, and seeing people living their life, living hope. How does one deal with that? And as you're laying in bed, close your eyes and you lay back down. The darkness, sort of slip into it and fall asleep. A bright golden light flashes in your mind's eye. And you see a humanoid shape standing between you and the light. So all you can see is this shadow, essentially, of them. Think of it like a large stage light being blasted at your face, and the person is standing there in the center. The light's overwhelming, so you can't make out the details of the person in front of you. Behind them are two long angelic wings. It's a familiar experience. How you speak to your patron of the god, to say the least, in terms of the word. Yes, hello, my child. The voice, as sort of uncertain as it always is, but noble nonetheless. I had trouble contacting you for some time, and even now I have difficulty.
These are challenging times.
You seem to have been obfuscated. The cloud. The domain of trickery, to say the least. It was overwhelming.
There's something wrong in these lands.
That much is true. The domain of death has made its hold here very strong. And from what I can understand, you are going to be headed deeper within there very soon. Are you prepared?
I'll have to be.
Look, I know this has never been easy for you, and since we met, it's been an ongoing difficulty for you to reconcile with everything. And your faith in Pyrrhus complicates things nonetheless, but perhaps an open mind is necessary. We learned that our allies are everywhere. Even in the most unusual of faces.
And what unusual faces they are.
But they still deserve love, don't they? I know everything I have said, it can often be different than what you expected. But so has our relationship been. This is back and forth. You expected to be her chosen, yet you got me instead. But have I not shown you possibility and where kindness can lead you?
You have. It's why I am helping those here. Despite how strange each and every day becomes.
What do you think of their hope? Even in the darkest of times, they have hope.
That is good.
Hope is good.
You must hold on to something.
Even in the darkest time, the smallest spark can be the greatest light. It kind of like adjusts its throat and like the wings sort of flutter a little bit. Sorry. So, what do you think of the tree?
Of the tree?
Yes, the tree. It's very mighty, very nice.
I perhaps don't know everything about it, but the people here put a lot of hope into it.
The domains of life and nature come together.
Yes. So too, I hope it flourishes. I hope it is a light that can help push the darkness from this region.
You know,
Or at least shelter those within.
You know, they say life and nature is what rules the plane of Effectia, the peaceful lands. Of course, you're very much not familiar with that. You're more familiar with Pyrrhus's homeland. But, you know, in the wastes. But where she is from is it's dark, it's gross, and she seems to work amongst the worst of the worst. But the peaceful lands are peaceful.
What is the goal of a war but peace?
Well, I suppose. No, that's not. Right. Are you doing good on power? Do you need anything else? I've given you quite a lot.
I seem to be handling myself well, yes.
Good. Should you need more, I am poised to give it. But you are becoming quite strong yourself. Not saying I, of course, can't give you more because I am, a great archangel. But in the possibility that you do need more, we'll make it happen.
We will see the challenges to come.
Yes. Go forth, my child. You see the light sort of flickers a little bit, and the head tilts and looks back, and there's like this weird sort of moment of like, it's like trying to talk to the light or trying to fix the light, and the light shines bright, and they outstretch their arms, the wings. And again, you can't see any of the details here. It's just darkness because the light is so blinding from behind that all you can see essentially is the outline. Go forth, my child. Be that light in the dark. Right, you can't go forth. I came here. And you see as like the hand sort of like gestures to something you're not really sure, and the light and this and the sort of outline just starts lifting and lifting until it just kind of vanishes above you. And you fall back to sleep. You all slowly come to wake. Find yourself around the table. The dawn of the 22nd. Lavetta comes upstairs, comes to the table. I got word this morning. They had to cut her arm off.
It is very unfortunate.
She was lucky, apparently, that it did not spread through her whole body as quick as it normally would have. Perhaps the possibility of a cure was not enough, or the mushrooms were not specific to have been... I don't know. What we learned was from old texts.
It's unfortunate that she had to be a learning. It's unfortunate that we don't have more answers and that we have to learn as we go.
Well, I'm gonna make my way down there then. I know, like, they only recently told me what had just happened, so should you need anything, I think Cersei's gonna join me as well.
Yeah.
So it
Certainly
is
send her regards.
Fortune, Kellen, Bess, Floor seems to be sleeping in. There's the four of you. Althea as well, but Althea's slow to the table this morning because Paz had to step away for a second.
Gotcha.
It is, as you look outside, the sky is darker than you would have expected. Snow's coming back down, despite how warm it should be this time of year. What are we all doing? What is...
I am thinking about lunch.
No worries. I'm gonna be a shorter session today anyway, since we're down. Ori. But I would like to know what the plan is for next session, so I need to hear that from you all. And hear you kind of discuss that.
Yeah, I think Fess is gonna kind of mull over, like, the implications of the bite and not knowing how to heal it yet, and start thinking about asking more questions about the mushrooms that were used, and maybe trying to research like how to try and utilize the spores to grow more, even though that attempt at a cure didn't work.
Mm-hmm. And what are you doing about the fact you guys are all just attacked by I don't know if Pez is back. Hopefully Pez will let us know when she's back. But what you guys are going to do about the fact that you're just so attacked, and how you... Are you going to try to continue inward into the city? Trying to find that last ward? You were told that there's a possibility of a location that the exchange had.
I think we're gonna have to. I think as long as we just sit here and don't press forward, we're just at risk of more attacks.
I would agree with that, yeah.
And knowing that our guest in the basement is likely a target for rescue or resubjugation by the lady, I think we're gonna have to press forward if we want to resolve anything.
Okay. So you plan to head forth into the city again, trying to find that ward, trying to find her, where may she be based. The exchange is giving you a possible location that you can head to, but you're always open to stop by the exchange as well. You also have the possibility of searching further about Emporia, but that's not necessarily a priority at the moment. Getting into the intercity probably would be, though, again, the ward would block you. You also have the forest, and whatever's going on in the center of the forest is a possibility, but you as a group has made the decision to head towards the city. So am I to understand that's your next intent, is head towards the city?
I think that would be Fess's next intent.
Well, feel free to talk it out in character. I need to step away for 2 seconds, but feel free to talk about it in character.
Gotcha.
So, what is the city like?
Well,
Terrible, I presume.
just absolutely swarming with undead. When we first entered the city, we went through a gate that was kind of it was shut, and we were able to open it, and then we shut it behind ourselves. And then I wasn't careful enough with my footing, and I did maybe sort of intentionally kick the arm of a corpse, and a lot of undead woke up and started making their way to us. We did manage to get away from them without having to really engage. And then when we got out, that's when we had encountered Mothman. And so Mothman was able to kind of fly us out of the city to get us away from that horde. And in later incursions, we were able to kind of use misdirection to kind of avoid kicking up too many encounters with the undead, as far as the mindless horde of undead. But there are a number of different types. So it's not just like mindless shambling corpses in the street. There are faster ones and ones that kind of watch the roofs, and it is definitely not a city to blunder about in. You do have to approach with great care and quite a bit of misdirection to navigate. So we have used the exchange to kind of learn more about where different locations around the city are. The layout of the city is kind of interesting. There's like main thoroughfares and a lot of alleys, but there's also kind of like a road that goes around kind of close to the wall. So if we don't want to, like, we can enter through like a safer gate and then carefully work our way around, or we can try going through a door if there's a gate close to where we're trying to get. Really kind of depends on where we're trying to get to in the city as to which is the best option. But kind of flying over the wall or anything like that is not a good idea, since there are lookouts on the roofs as well. But I think we're gonna have to find this other ward as quickly as we can to try and move forward toward resolving this.
Do we have an idea of where the word is in the city?
The exchange has given us a possible location. So I do think we could either go back to the exchange and talk it out with them to get more information on that, or we could just go off of the information we've been given so far as a possible location for this secondary ward that's been erected.
And the exchange is...
The exchange is the kind of stronghold. I don't even know if stronghold is. It's like an underground resistance of these, as I mentioned, the Unchained, which is an a collective of
Allies, then.
allies, yes, who were members of, we presume, the undead horde, the mindless horde, but somehow regained their sentience, and they have a method which they can attempt to help more regain their sentience and unshackle. They're unchained or unshackled. I can't remember which at the moment, but they are undead, but allies and have free will to themselves.
Allies.
Yes. And have been very instrumental in our successes so far.
Perfect. So I guess that might be the first step to see how many of the wards have you removed? Or have been removed in general?
In the lower city, we have information that we believe there were only 2 ward locations in the lower city, at least as far as I understand. So we removed 1, and that's where we freed our guest in the basement from.
I do have concern about them. If these undead are being sent to retrieve said guest, would it cause greater danger for us to leave the guest while we go to the city?
Yeah. It's a good point.
I worry about leaving to go to the city and coming back to find here destroyed.
Well, I mean, there's always the possibility we could take them with us.
That adds a lot to manage and take care of.
It would, but it would protect our home. And they haven't been particularly helpful as far as a source of information. So I'm not sure if it would necessarily be a loss for us information wise were they to be lost.
Would we be able to use them as some kind of bait, attractive target to maybe draw someone out?
At this point, Althea, you wake up and you make it down to the breakfast table with the rest of them. Sorry, Althea just texted me that she's here.
Gotcha. I don't know if bait would necessarily be the right term for it, but they might be of assistance, perhaps, if we encounter the ward, and maybe give us insight to, even if we don't trust their words exactly, reading their body language might help us figure out if we want to do what they tell us they think is right, or do the opposite of what they think that we should do.
Fair. So go to... I mean, it sounds like a plan. Going to... It's called the menagerie, right? I am not awake today.
For what? Sorry, the undead place?
The undead place, yes.
The exchange.
Exchange, yes. Go to the exchange and then find the last ward to see what happens there.
Yeah, I would want to talk to someone like one of our allies from the exchange before taking our guest to the exchange. I don't know if our guest mistress knows the location of the exchange. I imagine she has to know something of it, but I wouldn't want to expose the exchange via our guest without knowing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think if we're going to the exchange, we're going to have to either split the party and take... Yeah, I don't like the feeling of that, even as I'm saying it. I feel like if we want to go to the exchange first, it would be we go to the exchange, leaving our guest here, talk to the exchange, come back and collect the guest before proceeding on to the ward. Simply because I wouldn't want to endanger the exchange by taking...
Absolutely,
Unless
yes.
we want to see if they would be interested in doing it. I don't know how this unshackling process works. I don't know if, because our guest has their sentience, I don't know if they are eligible for this unshackling.
As a reminder, there was a brief talk about it when you guys drove past, remember? Or walked past.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I was just reminding you, I don't know if you remember that.
I don't 100% remember it. I remember that we kind of...
It was very brief, and you were talking with the head of the Mort Gardine, and they talked about... Yeah, but they also mentioned at one point that they also mentioned that I can speak English if I think. Oh my God, why can't I? That right now that they aren't unshackling any people. Because,
right.
Because that is sort of they briefly talked about the politics as a reminder.
Right. Rewinding part of that conversation. There is a bit of a political upheaval between the different factions in the Unshackled, and they are not, regardless of sentience or not, they are not unshackling more people at this moment. So yeah, I feel like if we're going to go by the exchange, we either have to leave the person here, or I would want to speak with one of the Unshackled's representatives that we have out here to see what their reception or thoughts would be to us wandering into the city with our guest and visiting the exchange.
Mm-hmm.
So I would not want to step on our allies' toes or expose our allies to further danger.
Absolutely. Yeah, that sounds like a plan, unless anyone has anything else. Head into the city first.
Okay. Well,
Leaving our guest here, yes?
Leaving our guest here, yes.
Okay. All right, that sounds like a plan.
then that shall be the plan for the future. With that, I will end today's episode. I need to get my rest to make sure that I'm not overdoing it.
Yes.
Tomorrow will not be Games with Bryn. Bryn's going to a concert. Chat, I will be playing more of The Darkest Files, which has been... It was an incredible game the first day, so I look forward to playing that again. And then Monday is the start of the Jingle Jam. If you just watched your D&D, but are curious about what else we do, every year I run 2 charity streams. One I run in May for myalgic encephalomyelitis, CFS. And 2 I run in December, which is for the Trevor Project. Specifically the Trevor Project via the Jingle Jam. Jingle Jam is an organization that was started by the Ogscast, but has grown into this incredible community of streamers who work to raise money for a good cause. If you spend, I want to say it's like, but I posted it in my Discord. It's £35, but it is $44 US roughly. If you spend that, you get a whole bundle of games. They even actually just announced ahead of the time, if I can find it. How do I search on Jingle or on? How do I? What the fuck? Oh, here we go. Search. They announced 3 games ahead of time. 4 games rather. Core Keeper, Dungeons of Hintonburg, Tactical Breach Wizards, and Train Sim World 6. But that is 4 of usually around 20 to 30 games. I don't know how many. I can't promise you. I don't know how many. I don't even know all the games yet this year. But pretty damn exciting. So if you guys are interested in taking part of that, you just have to you spend that much, and then I'll explain more of it on the day, but that starts at noon on Monday. And if you just want to donate a little bit too, that's perfectly fine. There's also other charities. So our group is specifically raising money for the Trevor Project, which is a group that helps helps support LGBTQ youth through mental health crises, but also providing resources and doing suicide prevention, stuff like that, as well as research. Some really good research is coming out of the Trevor Project. So that's the group we're specifically helping. But if you want to donate, you can still get the bundle, or you want to support a different group. That would not go to our community total, but it still goes to the overall total, which is important. So it goes to charity. So there is Autistica, which is a charity for young autistic people. Campaign Against Living Miserably, which is helping with mental health resources and suicide prevention. Become, which is young people, the child and young people get experiences in the care in England. And Make-A-Wish, which you've probably heard of Make-A-Wish, provides life-changing things for children. Obviously, I mentioned the Trevor Project. There is the Grand Appeal, which is a dedicated charity for the Bristol Children's Hospital in the UK. There's War Child UK, which is for children affected by war. And then the final one is WWF, which is the World Wildlife Foundation, which is the leading global environmental charity. So if you want to donate to those, or you want money to go to all of them evenly, you can go through the Jingle Jam itself, but if you want to donate to our total and raise up the little bar that'll be on our streams, that that'll go 100% to the Trevor Project. So that is exciting. I have some good stuff planned. If you want to see the schedule, it is in the Discord. And next week's D&D still will be happening. I haven't decided if it's going to do anything wintry or Christmassy because we just had our Halloween one, so I can't promise anything just yet. But nonetheless, we shall be having a good time and raising money for a good cause. Chat, I'm going to send you guys over to Nyaniv, who's playing on ASRP, Shinjim GTRP, and I will see you all tomorrow for The Darkest Files. Lots of love to everyone who joined. Thank you to my players, and I will see you all tomorrow, chat.
Bye-bye.
All right,
Bye,
fading
chat.
out. Okay. Hello.